Hello friends, today I am here with the important points that must be noted down for IBPS SOIT exam, and the topic that I have selected today is software development lifecycle. So let us see one by one each stages. There are mainly 6 stages in software development lifecycle, and we will try to understand the main points, the facts based on which questions are formed in IBPS SOIT exams. First stage is planning and requirement analysis. Second, defining the requirements. Third, designing the product architecture. Then fourth, building or developing the product. Fifth, testing the product. Sixth, then the final stage is deployment in the market and maintenance of the software. Let us understand this each steps one by one. First stage is the planning and requirement analysis. That is, as the heading suggests, in this stage the customer requirement is noted down and planning is done as per the requirement. It is performed by the senior members of the team with inputs from customer, means the specification or the requirement is specified by the customer. The sales department, the market surveyors, and the domain experts in the industry are the senior members. Kindly note it down that during software development lifecycle, the first stage executed by those senior members who are working in sales department or who are working for market surveys and domain expert, that is the part of the particular domain in the industry, they work during this stage. Planning for the quality assurance requirement and identification of the risk associated with the project is also done in the planning stage. The planning stage refers to the first stage. Okay, so here we look into the most important point, most important factor, that is a quality assurance requirement and identification of the risk associated with it. Once this is done, the second stage, that is defining the requirements, means we clearly define each requirement specified by the customer and document it, that is we note it down and get it approved by the customer, once the customer approves, that is we are ready with the requirement of the customer, then we proceed for the next step. This documentation is done through SRS, that is the software requirement specification. Why the software is required for, what is the basic purpose this software is going to serve for, that is documented in the SRS document. Now SRS consists of all the product requirements to be designed and developed during the project life cycle. This SRS itself is complete and it tells the project software developers that what all the things must be there as a part of the software, what all functions the software must be able to execute. Let us see the next step. The second stage, it was for defining the requirements. Once the requirements are defined, designing the product architecture starts. Based on the SRS software requirement specification, more than one design approach for the product architecture is proposed. Means different approaches are proposed and documented in a design document specification, and out of that the best one is selected and proceeded with. Now comes the fourth stage, that is the building or developing the product. In this stage the actual development starts, that is software developers starts working, that is they get the job to develop and code the program, and this coding is done in any of the high level programming languages like C, C++, Java and PHP. These languages are selected based on the customer requirement and the type of software going to be developed. The fifth stage, once the software is developed, the next stage comes, that is to test the product, to test the software. And this stage is also known as testing only stage. Means once the testing is done, then it is reported, it is tracked, means uh, the response of the software or the problems or any kind of shortcomings of the software are noted down and these are fixed and then again retested. This continues until and unless the quality standard defined in the SRS is achieved. Then the next step comes, that is the final step, deployment in the market and maintenance. As the word suggests, deployment means in the real environment the software is tested for a trial basis or for within a limited area or within a limited segment, and the real business environment is used, that is it is tested in the real business environment in practical life. And when all the requirements of the customer, then customer accepts the software, and there after that the maintenance of the software is handled by the company. This step, this stage is also known as user acceptance testing, means the customer accepts or not accepts is decided in stage 6, or customer wants any modification or any changes in the software is done during this stage. So my dear friends, this was the final step. In our next video we'll provide you different models, will explain you the different models of software development lifecycle. Note down the important points that were highlighted, that I have insisted, and this is going to help you in your objective questions that are going to be asked in IBPS SOIT 2018. I hope the points that I have mentioned here will help you to understand and get a clear-cut idea what these stages are there for and what is actually done in the steps. Do like and share with all your friends, as knowledge when shared grows.